Hi, everyone. My name is Erin English. I am your professor for our class together the next 8 weeks, and I'm really excited about it. I'm going to give you just a little bit about myself. You can see in my resume my work experience. I've been in education for about 31 years. Started out as a teacher, elementary school teacher, went on to be an assistant principal, a coordinator, director, and now I'm an executive director for the San Diego County Office of Ed. I've had a wonderful, just really interesting career. And I was even an IT director in Marietta for about 3 years. And that was the whole, I went from classroom teacher to IT director. Now I work at the County Office of Ed, where we're building a new innovation building. And it's just kind of fun and exciting. And I hope your career pathway is as exciting and fun. A little bit about me personally. I live in Bonsall, California. I have two grandchildren, 11 years old, almost 12, and a 13-year-old grandson. They are the absolute loves of my life, as is my husband and my daughter. I've been married for 25 or so years to my husband, and we live in Bonsall. As I said, we have kind of a menagerie there. We have two dogs. You may hear me talking about them in some of my videos. We have two dogs. I have two kittens right now. They're terrorizing my house. They're about 4 months old each, and they're just actually coming into their own right now. They're kind of wild. And we have a pig. We have a pet pig. And someday maybe I'll tell you that story of how we acquired a blind and deaf pig. And she's a potbelly pig. We have 6 chickens and 3 or 5 turtles. And that's all. And so, but we live happily on 2 acres in Bonsall. And I've been with Concordia for about 10 years. But even though I've been with Concordia for 10 years, I'm still learning stuff. So if I make mistakes, don't hesitate to point it out and say, hey, this is different than you're thinking, because they're making some amazing upgrades all the time. And so I'm trying to stay up on their upgrades, but sometimes I miss something. So please, if you see something I'm missing, let me know. I have taught, as I said, for Concordia for 10 years. And I'm teaching for National for their doctoral program right now, similar program to this, and it's their Doctorate of Innovation in Education program. So I do both of these classes. Totally love what I do. I love working with adults. I love working with people and helping them with their career pathway. So I'm going to jump into now. I'm going to share my screen, and I'm going to go into the syllabus. All righty, so this is similar. This is similar to the syllabi that you've been used to. So I won't be going into the learning outcomes or anything like that. You should all know those by now. And I've heard that this is close to the last class that you're taking. So congratulations to all of you for getting this far in your program. If you do need anything, career advisement afterwards, if you ever want to talk to me about anything, please just reach out. We're starting our class on Monday, so please don't post anything until Monday. But your first week is a light week, as we usually have. You're going to be doing your self-paced lesson and your data, your discussion posts. Please post your first discussion by Thursday, as usual, and then the second post will be done by third post will be done by by Sunday night. And there's a rubric in there that you could take a look at to make sure you're following it. But I'm sure by this point, all of you know that your expectations. If I point anything out to you or ask you to elaborate, typically it's on your initial post. And that one, I expect it to be a little bit more thought out and thoughtful. So that one I might, hey, by the way, and I might say it globally at first. Hey, everybody, kind of put some more thought into these questions, answer them a little more deeply. And then I might reach out to you specifically and said, hey, this could be a little bit deeper. So try to put in some thought into it with some references if it's warranted. And we don't have any assignments due the first week. The second week, again, these are all self-explanatory. You've been through this quite often. You're going to do your reading, and you're going to do your self-paced lesson and your curriculum interview. My advice to you now is to get your interview. You're going to need your interview person twice. The person you interview, you're going to need that information twice. So you're going to look at your first assignment, and I'll click on this now. You're going to look at your first assignment, and that is you're going to be interviewing someone. So you're going to be interviewing a school or district leader of curriculum. So take that interview information and you're going to turn it over, and you're also going to use it for your last one as well, just because you're going to need the same information. So this one is going to be an interview. You're going to write it up from this, and you're going to provide a critique of 5 to 7 pages. I'll tell you really honestly, I grade pretty much exclusively on the rubrics. So I will look at it and I'll point out where you maybe misled or gone down a path maybe that wasn't clear, and I'll put that it's right out of the rubric. So I'm pretty I pretty much follow that all the time, as I do follow the rubrics. So that's your first one. So again, keep in mind, let's do the second week. So that means I would suggest you're going to be getting on that interview pretty quickly, like the first couple of days. You're going to be seeing, hey, can I make a 20-minute appointment? People are really pressed for time right now. So this one here, just do the best you can to get it in on time. The third week, similar again. And your alignment, you're just going to be reading some work there. No assignments are actually due. And then we're going into the fourth week. Again, these are your assignments, your formative and summative assignments. Just really good information to have. So when you're talking to your staffs, you'll understand the difference between formative and summative, and the benefits of having formative assessments ongoing. Your next assignment is, this one is more of something you're going to be putting together a professional development for a staff. And if you could actually use it with a staff, that would be outstanding. So be thinking about something that you could do at your school that's a challenge, and then what data supports that challenge. You're going to be putting together a 1-hour professional development highlighting to address that challenge. But please, when you do this, I'm going to jump over to the rubric. So you're going to be looking at the challenge. You're going to be the reasons for the reform, the reasons you need to change any of this, the reasons you need to be doing this. Make sure you're giving me background information on everything. And then how you're addressing all learners. I would throw in something to do with English learners, or your students with special needs, or your students that might be from foster home or underserved populations. Make sure you're identifying them in your presentation somewhere. And again, APA formatting, if you're putting it into, if you have a summary, you're going to write up a summary, put it in APA formatting. The APA formatting here is to making sure that your references are properly cited. Okay, and that is due week 4, and that is the dates are all in Blackboard, so the actual dates are in Blackboard, and they're up here as well. So the week 5, again going through, and again, project-based learning is your self-paced lesson. No assignments due on week 5. And by the way, by the end of the second week, I should have your partners. Right now we just added a couple more students to our class. Maybe they're probably part of your cohort, but I'm just now getting them on my roster. So I'm hesitant to put groups together yet until we have a full class. And then typically the groups will be 2 or 3 people. And it's going to be made with a random Blackboard randomizer. So I don't let people pick groups anymore, especially at this level. So that I will be putting a randomizer on, and that's how you're going to be, and you'll be automatically notified that you're getting which group you're in. This one here is kind of a neat assignment, your week 6 assignment. It's your 21st century learning analysis. This is a little extensive. And it just asks you, again, to look at exemplary districts. This is kind of a fun one because some of the districts in your area are probably part of these exemplary districts. So please look deeply into those. And it's really fun because a couple of them I actually worked in. So it was, they were in that list. I'm like, hey, look at that. I didn't know that at the time. So these are here. So you're going to be looking at them, and you're going to be doing a matrix about kind of comparing what makes these schools exemplary. All right. And that's week 6. Week 7, we have your philosophy of education. So this one I'm going to stress a little bit. This, when you are applying for any type of job and you're applying to be your next administrator job, or you're following years and years down the road job, use this document. When you write this, make it a usable document for your own personal philosophy of education. And you're going to be using you're going to be using references in your paper, but make it real for you, make it work for you, make it go deeply inside, reflect deeply inside of what your philosophy is for education. And then you can use this paper forever. Sometimes people are going to say, hey, can you give me a little 250 word biography so we can put it if you're ever presenting at a conference. And you can use this document for that language. So that's what I'm looking for. I'm looking for that level of thought and mindfulness as you're going in and creating this document. And that's how I've seen people use it, and it could be used forever and ever by you. And then the one document, the last one that I'm talking, week 8, is your group assignment. Jumping into this right now. And this one is, you're going to be working in groups of 2 to 3 to develop a performance assessment. And in here, you're going to be using everything you've done from the interviews you've had. So you have all your interview information, your everything you have, you're going to put together a performance assessment instrument. So look through this, read this really closely, and you're going to find where is that your group has common knowledge, and put together something in that respect for this one. This is, again, it's a kind of a fun assignment because you get to change the world with this one. So think outside the box, think of something that, how are you going to monitor your teachers, and you look at something that's different, maybe that hasn't been tried before. So so that's kind of a fun one. And how, when you do those interviews, you can kind of tie in what do you need on this one to help when you're, so read through all your assignments. And then when you're doing your interviews, you can possibly ask them, or what are some of the things about, teacher assessments that you could ask. So if you're talking to someone at the district or your site level, so you can tie that into these, and you could use their interviews as a reference on your papers. Okay, that's what I'm saying. Try to tie all your parts together. All right. And you'll go further down, of course, so you're always going to see your points and when everything is due. The other thing I want to talk to you about is just making sure you stay on track. And if something happens, please contact me and say, hey, I need some help with this, or I'm frustrated about that. Let me know. I'm here to help. I'm here to facilitate the class. The learning is up to you. I've been through a lot of I've actually taught this class about 6 times, and it's one of my favorite classes to teach because it's ever evolving, and you're never going to get the same papers turned in, because it's always evolving, and you're going to learn a lot. Take advantage of this learning, because this is, again, like you said, I know that it is one of your last classes. And so take advantage of it, learn as much as you can, and let's finish strong. And just such a pleasure to be with you.